Today is World Maternal Mental Health Day. Nearly 20% of women experience postpartum depression and anxiety. And doctors fear those numbers are higher during this pandemic. News 3 anchor Jessica Larche talked to a nationally acclaimed psychiatrist about what to look out for in new mothers.
Of course, we're sleep deprived as new mothers, but if you're noticing that it's even more difficult to get out of bed, you're just not motivated to do things and the energy is low. And it's really difficult saying this for a parent because naturally as a new parent, you already have all these things, but you notice it even more. So to the point that you're not able to wake up for the feedings, or you're not at the point that you can't even just wake up and take a shower. So we look at your kind of daily routine. And if you notice a big difference in that, where it takes such an effort for you to do all those things, then we really pay attention to, okay, maybe this might be more of a mood episode rather than it just being baby blues or a reaction to the pandemic.
What is a telltale sign that they need to make sure they get help?
A telltale sign, I always say, if there's ever any risk of harm to self, that's a big sign for us. So if you ever have, and it doesn't have to be something like specific, it could just be like, if I were to fall asleep and not wake up. So we pay attention to the words that are used. When people kind of reach that point where they're just giving up, they don't want to kind of meet their obligations as a parent anymore, that's when it's time. Just for postpartum depression alone, without a pandemic, it's about 10 to 15% of women who get it. And I already think that that's actually underreported. I think it's way more than that. So with the pandemic on top of this, we have to be even more kind of observant of what's going on with our new moms.
I think a lot of times when we go through, mental health challenges, we blame ourselves. We say there's something I'm doing wrong. I didn't do this right. I didn't do that right. What can you say to mothers who are blaming themselves for not feeling well?
First of all, you're doing this as a new parent, which is already difficult, but you're doing this during a time of a public health emergency. So I try to just help women take that weight off of themselves where they're constantly just beating up on themselves and saying, oh, I'm not doing this. I'm not, your kid is living. Okay. And we are getting through this and we are going to eat and your kid is fed and they're sleeping. We're in survival mode. So I really just tell them to kind of take it easy on themselves.
We have a list of mental health resources inside the story on WTKR.com.